I'm Lewis, BMW Manhattan, and welcome to your virtual BMW delivery and virtual BMW Encore. We're going to start off with the BMW X7. All three rows in the X7 are power. In the back, if you want to make adjustments to either luggage capacity or passenger seating, you have dedicated buttons in the back to do so. The first two buttons are going to control the second row. The second set of buttons are going to control the third row, and then you have a max seating button and a max trunk capacity button to either lower all the seats or raise all the seats. With the two-stage tailgate on the X7, the lower portion is power. Press the button on the left, and the portion drops down. If you need assistance in bringing larger or heavier items into the trunk, press the button on the right, and with the two-axle air suspension, the whole vehicle will lower down, making ingress and egress a lot easier. With the second row on the X7, you have multiple ways of adjusting the seats. Your first button, moving left to right, is going to allow the seat to go back to its previous setting. This is valuable if you've had people going into the third row, or if you've been moving the seats around to maximize trunk capacity. Your second and third buttons, much like your front seats, are going to adjust your lower cushion and your backrest. On the side of the seat, you have an adjustment to slide the entire seat forward if you want to gain access for passengers to the rear. And then on the top, you have another adjustment that will allow just the backrest to drop down to again maximize trunk capacity. On the sill, just inside the door, you have adjustments for the third row. This will allow you to raise or lower the third row to either maximize seating capacity or trunk space. BMWs are the ultimate driving machine, and even with the biggest BMW ever, the X7, we give you, the driver, the ultimate in control. Starting with your driver door panel, you have your lock and unlock buttons readily accessible. You can control your second row seating or the front passenger seat, and then of course you have your driver seat save settings, set 1 and set 2. Your driver seat controls are readily accessible and logically placed. Before you know it, you'll have it memorized. First, we have your side bolster adjustments, we have your lumbar adjustment, we have your lower cushion adjustment, and your backrest adjustment. Moving to the dashboard, we have your headlight controls right here. Automatic is going to turn the lights on and off based on ambient lighting. You have a dedicated button for your headlights, dedicated button for your fog lights, and of course you can turn everything off. If you're wondering, the two small P buttons refer to parking lights. If you're parked on a narrow street and you want to make sure that other people can see your vehicle at night, press the corresponding button to allow the street side lights to stay on at a lower wattage. Your BMW steering wheel has tilt and telescope adjustments. If your steering wheel is powered, the control is located on the left side of the steering wheel. Pull forward or push back to make telescoping adjustments, pull down or push up to make tilt adjustments. From the driver's seat of your BMW, you'll notice that everything is driver focused. If you do have the option, the 12.3-inch Live Cockpit Pro display is going to be right in front of you. On your steering wheel, on the left side is going to be all your cruise control adjustments. On the right side is going to have all your multimedia adjustments. If your vehicle does have a heated steering wheel, you're going to notice that button right below the horn. On your X1 and X2, that button is going to be located on the left side of the steering column. On most of your 2019 and 2020 BMWs, you will notice a redesigned center stack. It houses all the features you're used to, but now in a new, more updated design. For your iDrive controller, you do have dedicated buttons to access your important functions. You have a media button, communications button, map button, navigations button, and BMW apps button. Below the controller, you have a back button to get to your previous page and an options button to access a subset of options depending on what function you are in. Below your iDrive controller on this X7, you have your height adjustment for your dual axle air suspension. Below the shifter, you have your electronic parking brake and hill descent control button. Now let's focus on the buttons to the left of the shifter. Moving top to bottom, first we have your traction control button. We have a widescreen option for your rear view camera. We have your park distance control button, which will activate automatically when you put the vehicle into reverse. Your automated stop-start system to turn that off if you don't want to use it. The affirmation engine stop-start button, and then moving into your efficient dynamics adjustments. Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, Adaptive, and then your auto hold button. Moving up the dashboard, you have your multimedia controls first. Mode is going to jump between Bluetooth and radio bands. You also have a band adjustment if you just want to hop back and forth between FM, AM, and Sirius satellite radio. You have your shortcut keys that can shortcut to a multitude of functions throughout the car, not just your radio. And then, of course, your audio track adjustments here. Next, we have your climate control functions. Moving left to right, you have your heated seat adjustment, driver on the left, passenger on the right, front defrost, rear defrost, max AC, which will drop the temperature down to its coolest setting in an effort to cool the vehicle off as quickly as possible, your air recirculation button, and then of course changing which vents air comes out of based on your preferences. You also have your auto button so you can maintain your desired temperature regardless of what the outside weather is doing. Above your climate control display, you have two buttons. The button on the left is going to turn on your hazard lights, and the button on the right is a shortcut key to access BMW's intelligent safety systems on your vehicle. Press the button once to access your menu, press and hold the button until the light shuts off, and now all your systems are deactivated. Press it one more time, the light comes back on green, and all your systems are active. The intelligent safety systems within your vehicle will vary from BMW to BMW based on the options that you selected. These include, but are not limited to, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, and frontal collision warning. Let's pair your phone via Bluetooth. For those of you wanting to use Apple CarPlay, ensure that Siri is already activated on your phone. For information on how to do that, please refer to apple.com. First things first, on your phone, select Settings. Select Bluetooth, turn your Bluetooth on. Now on the car, select Communication, Mobile Devices, New Device. Select Phone Calls and Audio, and now look for the number displayed on your phone. Select that device on your phone. When the pairing window pops up, select Yes on your vehicle first, and then Pair on your phone. Choose whether or not you want your contacts or favorites to be synced with your car, and now select Confirm Note and connect to Apple CarPlay. On your phone, select Use Apple CarPlay, and now your phone will be connected using Apple CarPlay. The applications displayed on screen are limited based on which applications have been approved by Apple to display in CarPlay. Simply scroll, much like you would on your iPhone, to select the application that you want. Switching back and forth between CarPlay and iDrive is very simple. Simply select the BMW icon, and you are now in iDrive. Touch the Home icon, and you get back to your iDrive home screen. If you want to get back to Apple CarPlay, select Communication, select Phone in CarPlay, and you are now back in Apple CarPlay. Be sure to follow us on all of our social channels so you can be up to date on the latest information that we're posting. BMW NYC on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.